Hi there. You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. This is the way.
Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome one and all. Today is November the 7th, 2023. This is episode 150 of Pop Culture Warrior. It's the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I am CQ. I am your Pop Culture Warrior. And joining me tonight is our very own man in the bubble. He's the Marine with the mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody asked for him, but here's Mr. Mad Mike. Woo! Yay!
Sup?
You're getting better. You're getting better. Little by little, man. We're getting there.
Little for a little.
Little for a little. You're getting there. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hey, Jake. I see you guys. So many people in the chats already, man. God bless you. I see Richard and Brett and Heath and Michael. There's another Michael, a different Michael. Got a bunch of Michaels tonight.
Yeah,
Night of Michaels.
we've been hacked. It's the Chinese.
It's the Russians. Robert, what's going on? Angry Elf in the building. What's up?
150 episodes over what, 10 years?
That's pretty good odds, man. It's pretty good odds.
We do
Better
like
than TV.
4, 5 a year we do, right?
150 episodes over just over 3 years, man.
1 a year.
150 episodes. That's a lot, man. I always put that in there just because like it always blows me away just how many times we've done this little dance.
Because you like to rub in the fact that I didn't think you were going to make it past 4. But...
that's one. That's one reason for sure.
Totally
for sure.
lost that bet.
For sure. That's one reason. For all the haters and the doubters, gotta give it up. Tonight, we have joining us later tonight from the incredible group, that's the name of the company, senior executive Ryan Carr, to talk about the company's latest collaboration. And if you guys recall, a week ago, I said, hey, I got this box. Make sure I'm not giving my address. I got this box, and somebody sent me stuff, and it came from the incredible group. So what is this big partnership collaboration?
Is it the
They're
big
here.
guy, the stretchy lady, the invisible girl,
That's the Fantastic
the
Group.
transforming baby?
Oh no, I was thinking the Fantastic. You're talking about the Incredibles.
It's an Incredibles joke.
The
Damn it.
You said Invisible Lady, and I was like immediately went to Fantastic Four.
It's rip off of Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So the Incredible, get it? Group
No
collaboration that they have is with Jelly Belly, which is the company that makes jelly beans. These are squishable, scented toys. And they've got like the regular size, which, I mean, not even regular, they're big. And then they've got the minis where you get one that you know the, I guess, scent, the flavor scent. And then there's like a mystery one inside. So you get the minis, you get two, and one's a mystery. So they're gonna be Ryan's gonna be on here. We're gonna talk about this a bit in the company and all the cool stuff behind that. And then I think I'm gonna give these away. One of you lucky viewers will get to win yourself some brand spanking new.
If you plant them, does it grow a beanstalk?
One of the questions we will ask live on this show. We're gonna get firsthand account.
Are they gonna do the bamboozled sense?
The bamboozled.
That's what you should ask them.
We're gonna add
Where
it.
it's like fish or dish soap or whatever.
I'm assuming that's not going to be a popular seller. We should be like, Dad, can I get the rotten egg one?
No, you don't know what it is until you open it.
Oh, the
up.
mystery one. Yes, the mystery one could be the nasty sense. Also, quick, because I was talking about getting mailed stuff. Quick shout out to our field correspondent, to our international man of mystery, Angry Elf out there on his trip to Germany. Stopped by a local comic book shop and got me some Deutschland Spider-Man, some Spider-Mans. It's got these are Spider-Man Dark Web, Das Finale, gotta love the Das Finale and im Nitz der Horror Dimension. In Nitz der
the horror dimension.
Yes. So very generously donated by our guy in the field, and we'll be giving away these too, because I like giving away stuff because my collection of stuff is too big as it is. But that's for you guys, yay! So if you want some German Spider-Man, what would you say?
About the time I went to Germany,
How would you say Spider-Man in German? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spiderman. Okay. So we covered all that.
Spider-Man, because it just says Spider-Man on the front. Otherwise, it would be weird vowels and consonants.
Spider-Man pronounced silly. What else? You need to work on your German CQ. Yes, I do.
Why? They're not taking over the world anytime soon.
Yes, that's true too. That's a whole other thing. Okay, so couple things that I gotta talk about off the top. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3 hasn't even released yet. Comes out November 10th. But they had early access for, like, if you pre-order the game, you can get early access into the campaign, which I don't understand. I
do.
Okay,
because
please.
Nobody plays the flippin' campaign. You're the only person that plays the campaign.
Can't be
Everyone else buys the game. Yeah, you're like 10 people. That's why the shit was like 30 seconds long when it first came out. And then Battlefield came out and they're like, oh, people play the campaign. And they're like, let's try to copy it.
So let's
give people free skins if they do the campaign. That's the only reason people do it. So they're like, how can we get people to play this crap that we spend all this time making?
Yeah.
I promised my sister's cousin, twice removed, that he can work on Call of Duty. I'll have him do the campaign. Those are the people that see the campaign.
You done yet?
Yes.
So I still don't understand why they do the early access, right? The game's release is November 10th. Just released the game on November 10th. This idea of early access, especially, to be brutally honest, this campaign was trash. It was bad. It was bad. So for a multitude of reasons. So if this just buyer beware, if you're in the thought of maybe I will, maybe I won't get Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3. The campaign is short. It is very short. Like, I took my time, like, explored corridors, looked for little collectibles because I had nothing to do. And I took my time and I still completed it in 6 hours. So these guys who just kind of cut right through, They're saying they're getting through it in 3 to 4 hours. I believe it. I believe it. And I played on hard difficulty. So there's like certain sections I had to replace because I would die multiple times. If you're playing on like regular, you're burning through that thing quick. Um, so the one thing is it is short. It is short. The next issue I have with it is the story of it. Nothing notable happens from start to finish. Nothing. Like there's an overarching story, right? Started with Modern Warfare 1 and went into 2 and went into 3. The big whole thing was like Makarov and he's coming and you know,
So nobody came.
nobody came. Well, he came. He came, but nothing happened, is what I'm saying. He came, but nothing happened. It's just like, remember, there's that old thing of like, where they're like, if you look back at Indiana Jones, like if you remove Indiana Jones from the equation, the movie happens exactly the same because they would find a thing, they'd open the thing, they'd all be killed, and that'd be the end of the movie. So nothing changed by having it. Like that's what I felt like this game, the storyline, nothing changed. It's like bad guy trying to do a thing, we're gonna stop him, and bad guy tries to do a thing, and we're gonna stop him, and bad guy tries to, and we're gonna stop him, and then the game's over. Like it's like, but like there's no spoilers, but the only significant thing to happen is there are some characters that die at the end. I guess that's a spoiler, but whatever. It's who, like you said, who plays the thing. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because they built up like even 1 and 2 were pretty good. And yes, I like the campaign. I like the thing. I know it's an on-rail shooter, and you go from one star to the side and go. It's basically side-scrolling, but in 3D. But that's what I'm paying for. That's what I get. That's what I want. In this, they tried something new. This is the third thing. They tried something new. Some missions are very much run straight, shoot everything that walks, end the mission. They started this new thing where it's almost like they want to go sandbox, and they're like, okay, we're going to give you this large chunk of map, and you can just traverse it however you want. You can go in stealthily, you can go in loud, you could jump in a vehicle, put a sentry gun on the vehicle, and just drive around and have it shoot everybody. Like there's like all these different ways you can attack the map, basically. It's boring. I mean, it's boring. It's boring because it's like walk over here, pick up a gun, shoot, and you've played DMZ. The AI in that mode are very much like the AI in DMZ. So they're just standing around, and then they see you, and they start shooting at you, and you shoot them, and they die really easily. There's no, like, Call of Duty was known for like set pieces. Like, oh, remember when the submarine and the surface, and then the fucking plane landed on it and then picked it up, and like all this crazy. There's none of that really in this game. I'm trying to think of a major set piece. They do a classic, C-130 level where you're shooting down from the big gunship. That's classic. That's standard at this point. And then outside of that, there's the one like no Russian mission, where they try to like not really recreate what happened. The infamous. Remember when there's that where they went through the airport shooting all the civilians, and there was like a whole big controversy. So they're doing a version of that where it's a plane hijacking, and you're put into a position where you hurt civilians, but it's a whole whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't feel like a complete game. It's I don't know. I think this hurt them by releasing early access to this. I think it hurt the game because people are gonna shit talk it for a solid week before it comes out, and like even if multiplayer and zombies and whatever the new DMZ thing they're doing, even if all that's good, like you've now got a week of bad press with the campaign, and it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. It's like they really thought they hit the jackpot on this, but
They always do. It's Call of Duty. They rush it all through, reskin everything, and they pump it out there. But I don't like the early access. I think it's stupid. Just release it, and then you release it, and like you said, you'll sell a lot more. People will buy it. Now you gave it early, and everyone's bashing it for a week, like you said, and
yeah.
then like 10 people won't buy it, but still 400 million people buy it. So,
Yeah. I mean,
well, and it gives more to Microsoft. And now they can be like, we made it better. We
well,
made it better, guys.
Angry Elf, that's his point. He's saying, isn't this the big Microsoft Activision game? No, dude, the deal
No.
just went through. This game's been in development for a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, they still got like 4 more games coming out before Microsoft does anything.
Before it really takes over. In fact, Microsoft went on record and said, we're going to put a pause that they're not going to be releasing yearly, right? They're going to take at least a 2, maybe more year break between games so that there's a good development cycle between it. So I think it'll be better now that Microsoft is in charge, but hopefully this one doesn't bring down the franchise and yeah, I agree. I see comment the game feels rushed. It's
They're all rushed. It's the same stuff every game.
yeah.
And you got to wait 3 months, and then you can play it, and everything will work, and whatever.
Yeah.
But in the end, we'll get Nicki Minaj, and
super serious game.
and
Homelander.
Whatever rappers nobody cares about.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Beast will have a character at some point. No,
they gave up on streamers, but
yeah,
they'll do some dumb. You'll get like Yogi Bear or whatever. I don't know. Picnic basket.
Dude, get here's your corporate partnership sponsorship. You get like the Five Nights at Freddy's, like the animatronics. That'd be pretty dope. Just running around as a fucked up animatronic. And to Angry Elf's point, he said, 1.5 years for this trash. Realistically, if you look at the release date of Modern Warfare 2 and the Modern Warfare 3, it's less than a year. It's like 11 months and 2 weeks or something like that. Like it was less than a year between the releases.
This time last year.
Yeah. So I think that's crazy. And I do think I want to believe that part of that is due to the merger, the buyout by, Active. They're like, look, just release it, get it out there. We'll start fresh or something. I don't know, but it's whatever. All right, we've talked enough about Call of Duty. What was the next thing? For any of you guys looking to buy video games, speaking of video games, Target has announced, actually it was a couple days ago, but I'm only now being able to tell you. Target has announced from November 5th to November 11th, you'll be able to take advantage of a buy 2 get 1 free deal across all video games and books. So if you're looking to buy some video games for the holidays or what have you, or books for that matter, whoever reads, nerd, they have a buy 2 get 1 free deal at Target. So take advantage.
They do that every year. Who buys hard discs anymore? You trading that shit into GameStop too for $2? Dummies.
Oh man, I'm making money at this point. So I'm reading all your comments. Comments are good. Okay. So what else? I know this is one that I get asked all about. I got a buddy of mine who loves to ask about Assassin's Creed and when we're gonna get news. They just released Assassin's Creed Mirage. Takes place in like the Middle East or something like that, and
went back to the
beginnings and all that.
To the beginning because we got nothing else.
So yes, that's you.
They should do one in space.
I have a thought. Anyway,
Assassin's Creed Halo.
So for
Master
years,
Chief, but I'm not really Master Chief.
I'm Master Assassin Chief. For years, fans have been begging Ubisoft to make a Assassin's Creed game, and this is gonna make sense in feudal Japan, right? And it makes sense, ninjas and samurai and all these things. So it has been leaked. This is not an official announcement, but it's been leaked that the next game to come to the series is, currently being called Assassin's Creed Red. Obviously, that's a placeholder name, and it'll be called something else. But it's apparently finally going to capitalize on the wishes of everybody. Officially, we don't know too much about Red, but recent leaks have started to come out revealing key details about what players should expect. The latest of these claims to reveal the identities behind the game's dual protagonists. If true, that these characters will represent a first for the series as they are based on real-world samurai. So the leak comes from Insider Gaming, who claims to have spoken to sources confirming the identity of both protagonists. As with any leak, you have to take this with a grain of salt, but this guy's been pretty reliable in the past. So the leak claims that players will get both a male and female protagonist, and unlike Valhalla, these are two different characters. It's not like one or the other. In fact, I think it was back in what was the one that went to like London? One of those Assassin's Creed something was like take place in London with a brother and sister. So it'll be similar to that, except these two characters won't be related. The female character was leaked last month by a Twitter user named Jonathan, who claimed her name is Naoe, Naoe, Naoe. Insider Gaming has confirmed this info, saying that the full name is currently Naoe Fujibayashi. This makes her the daughter of Fujibayashi Nagato, who was the leader of these names I can't pronounce, LGA ninjas during the 16th century. As for the male protagonist, Insider says his name is Yasuki, and he's based on a real-life African samurai of the same name. He was a member of the Oda clan in the 16th century and has previously been included in games like Nioh. That said, this version of the character will likely have to have his backstory changed to better fit the Assassin's Creed narrative. And insiders also say that the two protagonists will start as heated rivals before joining forces as they pursue unification for Japan. So there you go. I've been asked many times, like, what's going on with Assassin's Creed? What's the next Assassin's Creed? So there you go. That's the latest with Assassin's Creed Red. Currently, yes, Syndicate. Thank you. Syndicate was Assassin's Creed. That was the one in London with the brother and sister. So currently, Assassin's Creed Red, as it's being called inside, is slated sometime 2024. So probably, if I'm guessing, around the holidays, December, we'll get it. They'll drop a trailer. They'll drop a little heat on us, and yeah, we'll see. Looking back at your little Metal Gear video games books. Mirage is set in Mirage is set in Mesopotamia, which is basically Iraq. Why can't these fuckers make a new Ace Combat or Fight Night? You know what? I'm on. Yes. Well, funny you should name both of those. Those are both owned by EA. I'm pretty sure. No, Ace Combat was owned by Ubisoft, I think. I don't know. I'd have to double check. But I know Fight Night was owned by EA at one point. I don't know if they still own the license. But yeah, man, Fight Night, the last one that came out for like the 360, that was the bomb. That was, we did up, pow, 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 knocking people's rods, sweat and the blood. And yeah.
Now UFC now.
Yeah, like I think that's part of it.
Who watches boxing? They're not even like showing on HBO anymore.
I think that's part of it.
Pay-per-views.
I think with boxing, I think it's not as much of a spectacle anymore. I think, if you want fighting games, you're going to your Street Fighters, your Mortal Kombats, or, if you want something more realistic, you're going for your UFCs. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get another Fight Night ever, but I really enjoyed that. And Ace Combat, same. I don't know why.
Well, there's also no popular boxer. Name a boxer? Don't say Mayweather or Pacquiao, you old ass bitch.
Jake
Paul. Nobody knows. There's no new ones.
Logan Paul or whatever his name
is. For 20 years. Why would they make a Fight Night? Will you have us on there? No.
Is it no? They did Fury. Wasn't it Tyson Fury? Something like that, wasn't it? It's a big draw right now.
There's no big draws. That's why that shit's going under.
Ace Combat is by Bandai Namco? No, Ace Combat
Really?
cannot be owned by Bandai Namco. Hang on a second. Ace Combat. Shit. Owned by Bandai Namco.
Didn't somebody buy them out?
They must have. Since when? Since when? Developers, BNE Entertainment, Namco, Project Aces, Bandai Namco Studios. Wow. Did not know that. Hey, what's up, Steven? How you doing? Let's see. What else? Who else got? Odyssey had brother and sister, but whoever you didn't choose worked against you. Not Odysseys. They didn't have a brother sister combo. They were like lovers, I thought. Whatever. I'd rather they don't release a new Ace Combat every year because as we see, the more often they release a game in the franchise tends to go downhill. Yeah, we don't want one every year, but shit, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, man. If you can't beat them, buy them. That's the current trend, man. That is the current trend. All right, so we talked about that. We were talking about this not too long ago, man. Alan Wake 2. Remember you were talking about Alan Wake?
Yeah.
Really came out of nowhere. It is on everybody's talking points right now. A lot of people are saying it's contender for Game of the Year. Like it's that good.
Yeah, it looks freaking awesome. I watched a 30-second clip, like, I don't know, was it 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Shit looked badass. Better than what what's the next Game of the Year? Call of Duty?
No.
Which is duty?
So go figure. A game that's been in development for, a good while is pretty good. Is pretty good.
Shit. What? No way.
Shocking. But we've actually had a pretty packed year when you really, when you pull out and think about it. Consistent Game of the Year candidates since the start of the year. So like Jedi's Star Wars Survivor, that was a really good game that came out. Legend of Zelda, the Tears of Kingdom was huge. Everybody was out there making rocket penises. That was huge.
What? Really? Wait, this game you can make rocket penises?
Yes.
And Zelda for Switch?
Yes. You didn't hear about all this? So they created like a crafting thing. Like remember like Minecraft where you could like build sculptures and shit like that? So they have a very similar crafting system, but you can add things like rocket boosters on them. The idea is that like you can create flying devices and hoverboards and all these things, but a bunch of dudes just started making rocket penises and shooting them off into the sky.
So basically what's his name? The Bezos rocket?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a giant.
The Hyperions. But yeah, so okay, Star Wars, Zelda, Baldur's Gate 3 is super hot right now. A lot of people talking about it. Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which just came out not too long ago, but that's super hyped up. Obviously, Spider-Man 2. All those PlayStation guys are all about it. And yes, like Scott says, even Starfield. I'm a big fan of Starfield. It's limited in certain ways, and probably wouldn't win Game of the Year, but I definitely think it should be a contender. And Phil says he's waiting for the full version of 6 Days in Fallujah. Me too, man. Me too. We got to have, what was his name? Peter Tamsi, the CEO of the company. We got to have him back on the show. We'll do another round too when the game fully releases, because I thought it was great. The shit they did for 6 Days in Fallujah is awesome. Absolutely awesome. The amount of effort that they put into recreating the realism of combat, how bullets sound, how the radio sounds, how the equipment works, just the technology behind that procedurally generated interiors. It's crazy. Like every time you go through a door, you don't know what's on the other side of that door. That's wild. I love that.
I don't have the computer, so fuck you guys. But I spent 6 months in Fallujah, so I'm good.
It's fair enough. It's coming.
Did you call me? No. Eat a dick.
It's coming to console. It's coming to console soon enough, and then we'll have it. But so yeah, Just kudos to Mike, man. Mad Mike over here called it months ago. He was like, "Fucking Alan Wake looks good, man. It looks good. You got your finger on the pulse. You got the taste. You got that taste of superiority. When
And all things.
when something's hot. When it's hot, it's ready to pop. What other stories do we have? Oh, here's one.
What about the you sent it to me?
Which
I'll
one?
interrupt your schedule that you don't share with me, by the way.
Because I want you to just be in the moment, reacting to
Yeah.
the moment.
I wouldn't read it anyways, but that's not fooling anyone.
And that's why I don't send it to you. That's exactly why I don't send it to
What
you.
about the RoboCop game?
Oh yes, yes. RoboCop was released just the other day. So far, positive reviews. People are enjoying it. It's definitely not going to win any awards. And I don't
It's
even think
entertaining,
it's a full price game. I think it's only like 30 or $40, something like that.
That's what they said, but when I Googled it, because I was gonna buy it, it was $70. So
Oh.
I didn't understand that because they were like, it's half price game or whatever, and it's like, what? What are you talking about? Is the game $140 now? Because everything's $69.99. When I went to
That's that
buy it and it
RoboCop
was
cost.
$70.
It was definitely 70. Well, first, Phil wants to know, did I buy the new Metal Gear collection? I haven't bought it yet, but I do plan on getting it because I'm a big Metal Gear fan. So,
Do you get a discount because you interviewed the guy or no?
yes, for
I'm waiting for my
each
QR
member,
code.
for each member I interview, the price goes down, 10%. So I've got it about 0.5% right now, half off. Angry Elf gave his review. RoboCop is awesome, especially if you like the movies. Heath, you did not just pay $109 for Modern Warfare 3. You lie. You better not have. Oh God.
Are you
Ugh.
high?
Ugh. That's a talk about
Why? What did you get for that? What'd you get? The Nicki Minaj? What else? Skeletor?
he's got
You got the new King
s-
Kong and
the
then the
Snoop
Yogi.
Dogg, the Snoop Dogg skin.
Yes, the fifth
Uh,
Snoop Dogg skin.
yeah. Show
Jesus.
receipts. They want receipts, man. They said they said if you bought it, they want to see receipts. But yeah, no, RoboCop. It looks good, man. I watched some gameplay of it. I do, and I think we talked about this. I do want to get it. I do at some point want to get it. Maybe, like you said, when it goes lower price, we'll get it. But it is a faithful adaptation of the movies. If you see what I'm saying.
It's a few hours of fun that you'll like.
Yeah, over the
I would pay
top.
$40 right now for it, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pay $70.
Yeah, it's over the top, gruesome. Like you could shoot dudes in their dicks, and they're like, "Oh my god, my dick." You know what I mean? Like
That's all. That's all. They
which is to
listen
say,
to the
what
people,
more
and
do you
that's all
want?
we wanted.
What more do
What do
you
you want in a
want?
video game? I want dick shooting.
I want to be able to shoot a dude in his balls.
Listen up, 6 Days in Fallujah. Listen up. Full
That's gonna be
version of the game. Just saying.
the next Call of Duty update.
The old Marine Corps dick shot.
I said fire a warning shot. He's warned.
2 in the chest, 1 in the head, and 2 in the dick. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows
2-2-1.
Yeah, the old 2-2-1.
It's not a thing, people.
Oh man,
Kids are gonna go to boot camp. I'm doing a 2-2-1.
The old dick warning shot, man. You gotta. That's
You listen to me, pal.
You're warning them. You're letting them know that this one's in your dick, and the rest will be in you if you don't stop.
I like how that was in the review, though. Like,
yeah,
it was literally in the.
Yeah,
it's
in
not
the
in
reviews.
one video. It's in multiple videos.
Yeah, because that tells
you
you
can
where
shoot people in their dicks, guys.
I mean,
also
you
buy
don't.
Zelda if you want to build a dick.
Isn't that the first thing, dude? When you buy a shooter game, the first thing I always do is aim for people's balls. Like that's part of.
Does this work? No, it doesn't. This game sucks.
No. It's like when you check friendly fire. Is it on? You point at your friend, you shoot at him to check friendly fire. The next thing you do is point at someone's dick and see if you can shoot him in the dick. That's just commonplace in gaming, man.
It's funny to me because it's like in the movies they never shot anyone in the dicks, unless it's like in a deleted scene that
Are you
they haven't
sure? I'm
released yet.
pretty sure he shot someone in the dick in the movie.
Oh,
I'm
you think
pretty
so?
sure.
I don't know.
I haven't seen RoboCop in a while, but
Is
I
it like
mean,
his payback for being like a cripple? Like,
I was gonna
you
say in the
fucking
one
crippled
scene,
me, I can't use my dick. You're not using your dick.
the one scene, there's literally nothing left of him. Like he's just a torso. So I mean,
Hey, I
it's
don't
only
blame
fair.
him. I would too if I'm just like, it's just my head and that's it. Everyone's getting a
Yes,
dick shot.
yes. So someone's saying he did do it in the first movie. So there you
Great.
go.
I'm gonna watch that again.
You gotta go rewatch. Kids, we're watching RoboCop tonight.
It's a classic.
That
Let me know when
shit's-
the dick shot comes on.
that shit scarred me as a child, bro. Let me tell you something. What is it? Just fucking arms blown off and shit. I was just like, what? Yes. So
I'm
yeah,
not going to Detroit.
definitely not going to Detroit after that. Yeah, that was a god. Anyway, it's completely off topic. Just 5 minutes of dick shooting talk. It's gonna
We're
make a
talk
great
about
clip for
jelly
TikTok.
bellies in a little bit.
Yeah, this is gonna make a great clip for TikTok. So yeah, it looks good. Like I said, it looks like a faithful adaptation. If you're looking for running, gun, shooting, he walks around like a tank because he's fucking RoboCop. He is a tank.
Yeah.
So it's very slow moving, aim, shoot, grab, throw. But it's very over the top. It's very 80s. It's very 80s, which is
Yeah, it's like the CGI when they were doing the
yes.
movie. It
Yes.
looks like that. Which is great.
Phil says, "I'm not going to Detroit. The cops shoot you in the dick."
Exactly.
Yes. Let's just start that rumor. Let that grow.
Just,
Uh,
Dick lives matter. Dick lives matter.
oh my God! How do I get us back on track?
There's
Man.
no. It was a good show.
All right,
Monday
guys.
for the Monday.
Catch us every night here at WTF Nation Radio. It's been good. It's been real.
Why did they get canceled? Oh, they said Detroit cops shoot people in the dicks.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Jesus Christ! I didn't know. Well, you said it. I was just talking about RoboCop.
Oh
Anyways,
man.
you had other stuff to talk about? Or
Yes.
did we peak?
Shockingly, shockingly. I know we've kind of peaked for the night, but so interesting. If you're into all this kind of thing, but there's a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor, a lot of talk that Warner Brothers Studios, the entirety of Warner Brothers Studios, is possibly looking to be bought out. And possibly be sold. So there are rumblings that Warner Brothers Pictures could potentially be sold, and currently Universal Pictures is the leading candidate to make the purchase. So Warner Brothers Pictures is currently a part of Warner Brothers Discovery, which was a whole merger, which was then also a merger with Discovery Max and that whole thing, which has Discovery and the Max streaming service under its control. DC Studios, obviously everything that brings us our DC content, is part of Warner Brothers, and it's the focus of a new feature that delves into some behind-the-scenes drama regarding Aquaman. There's a new video. Sorry, I just merged two completely different sentences, but basically there's a feature that's going to be talking about behind-the-scenes drama, what's going on. So inside this Variety article that I'm referencing, there's a reference to those inside Warner Brothers, and they believe that the studio will be sold within the next 2 years, with Universal being the most likely candidate. So this is from the insider. The bottom line is that they need to get DC to work, whether current owner owns it or whether somebody else owns it. They name a few people, but it's
they
industry
want it
talk.
to work so they can sell it.
Well, yeah.
Basically.
Obviously.
Because nobody wants that hot garbage.
Yeah. So the article also discusses
Disney can't buy it to bail. They have enough. You can't have everything.
Yeah. That would, oh man, that would overcomplicate so many things.
Well,
The
they would
article
be
also
so awesome, and they would make good movies, but whatever.
I don't know, man. You see, Disney and Marvel been slipping lately. That's it. We'll have that conversation next. Hang on.
You
The article,
peaked.
the article also discusses how there is confusion regarding who is really calling the shots for DC Studios. For example, Kevin Feige is the mastermind behind Marvel Studios, and and all of its creative output. Whether that's movies or TV, that's Kevin Feige. Meanwhile, we know that James Gunn and Peter Safran are now the co-CEOs of DC Studios, but Max as a company is also having a hand in their creative what's going on as well. So, but some industry insiders were saying that like the collaboration between Gunn and Safran and all the Max executives has been good so far. So whether that will continue, who knows? But needless to say, the whole thing is that there is a rumor that within the next 2 years we could see Warner Brothers Studios, which yes is DC, but also a lot more. I mean, the Warner Brothers licenses go deep, 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 deep. So you're talking animation, you're talking movies, you're talking. I mean, some of the biggest properties in the world. Isn't The Matrix owned by Warner Brothers? I don't want to say, but
I think so.
yeah, like
They
the
got Animaniacs. I know that.
Harry Potter franchise, I think was WB, right?
Harry Potter's Universal, sir.
Universal. I
That's
don't
why
know.
they have it in the park.
I don't. You're the park guy. You know all the park stuff. But anyway, my point is that WB owns a lot.
Yeah, they've been
Owns a
around
lot.
for a while.
So it's one of those things where if they were to sell, man, that's somebody's getting a very large catalog of things.
Oh, crap. They got like the King Kongs and all that, but whatever.
Yeah. So let's see. Warner Brothers, the online catalog. Oh no, that is not what I was looking for.
They got enough to have their own streaming service.
Yeah. List of libraries. Oh, good lord. Yeah. So I mean, Warner Brothers Television, Warner Horizon. They own Warner Horizon. They own obviously DC Comics Entertainment, Seven Arts Productions, Lorimar Productions. I mean, and everything that goes under those. The pre 1982 Orion Pictures. I mean, man, New Line Cinema. That's all owned by Warner Brothers.
That's RoboCop then. I think it was Orion, wasn't it?
Yeah, Orion.
Orion.
Did you say Orion?
Orion. Yeah. Tomato.
See, I'm not the only one that doesn't speak it in English. Yeah, I think TBS isn't Turner Broadcast System. That's part of WB now. Yeah, man, they
merged.
They own so much, so much. Jesus Christ, I'm looking through the list now, and like that's a shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, Castle Rock Entertainment. That's a big company. See a lot of their stuff out there. Dude, this list just goes on. The Hanna-Barbera.
It's just going to be two companies that own everything. Disney and then Universal.
Yeah, and then even so TBS owns like the Cartoon Network library, TNT, CNN, HLN, True TV. That's all under TBS, which then falls under WB. Like it's crazy, man. It's like everything's owned by like 5 companies. There's all these different things, but it's really only like 5 companies that own everything. So, yeah, that's another one. If WB gets bought out, that'll be something we're talking about for a while. Because remember during the pandemic, Apple was talking about buying Disney. Like they were like that was a whole thing. So, Scott, I saw your comment, Scott. When you shoot people in the dick, is it still considered a headshot? Get it?
No, I don't. Please elaborate.
Yes. So to going back to our previous the comments about Disney and Marvel, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was just having this conversation with someone earlier today. I'm obviously a huge Marvel fanboy, love the MCU, but lately it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good. Like it's it used to be the majority were really good, and then you'd have a couple like meh. And I feel like lately it's mostly meh with a couple of really good ones. You
Yeah,
know?
because they're doing shit nobody wants and nobody cares about. And when they announced it, like, this is garbage. It's not going to be any good.
Do you think it, I mean, I guess it could be that. Do you think it's also partly flooding the market, partly rushing things to production, you know, and this goes to kind of the striking stuff, and you see writers not getting paid well, uh, uh,
It's just they
CGI
picked
guys getting burned
they
out.
just picked shitty source material that nobody cared about, hoping to fill in gaps before they give people stuff they want. And it's like, no,
Mm,
you're hurting yourselves, because if you release all this garbage, nobody's gonna watch anymore. And you do it repeatedly for 2, 3 years, they're definitely not gonna watch. So you give them what you want. What did they want? X
yeah.
Men's, Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
crazy.
wants Eternals. Nobody wants She Hulks. Nobody gives a fuck about Loki. The most boring fucking show ever. Like,
I've been
come on.
enjoying the Loki
No, like
series.
WandaVision's
I've
boring.
been
Like, get
enjoying
out
it.
of here. Miss Marvel,
I was
terrible,
I was
terrible
thinking.
character they created for women's rights. Like, just fucking give people what they want. They want the freaking bread and butter. They want the action. Give them
Mhm.
it.
I have a slightly different opinion. I have a slightly different
Mm.
opinion.
What do you want to see? Freaking tell me some boring ass shit that nobody's ever heard of.
Want some Howard the Duck?
Rat
Uh,
Man the Third. Yeah, Howard the
I want some
Duck.
Squirrel Girl. I want some Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel. I knew you were
Squirrel
gonna say
Girl takes
Squirrel
on the
Girl.
Marvel Universe.
Jesus Christ.
No, honestly, what I think would really help Marvel is to go back to 2 movies a year at max. At
Yeah,
max, 2 movies a year. Put more time and effort into those movies. And then doing 2 to maybe 3 shows, high
like
profile shows,
quality show, like
quality
in
shows,
more than 6 episodes, like
more than six
six
episode
episode
quality
bullshit
shows. Um, but speaking of that,
that you can build. You need to build upon it. Not
yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna give you 6 episodes of this show, and then we're going to come out with another season 2 years later with 6 episodes, and that we're just going to rush together because we didn't plan on people liking
Well,
it
I mean,
to
you also
begin with.
remember you got to let these people have like they get to do other jobs. They don't. They're not
No,
slave to.
you have one job, and it's to fucking entertain me.
You do the show that I know about, and you will do nothing else other than that show. No. I am excited for things like Deadpool 3. So I mean, they're obviously making. I think they're trying to find their way. I think they've really lately done the shotgun approach of where like let's just fucking throw it all out there and see what sticks,
Yeah,
which is
they're trying to do
unfortunate.
like Iron Man, and like, oh, look, we gave Iron Man a shot and it was so successful, and they're trying
Right.
to do it with this bullshit. It's like, no, do it with shit people like. You know what we like? It
Yeah.
sold fucking millions of comics for hundreds of years. Like, stop fucking giving us bullshit that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You're
No,
trying to
it's
make
true.
money off nothing. If you want to, then throw them in with the other people and give us a one shot here and there when you're trying to make more money.
Yeah. It's fair. I mean, it's fair. I think I don't know. The other problem too is they're trying to build this big masterpiece, right? They're trying to take us to this multiversal war, and they're attacking it on multiple fronts, right? Because you have this part of the story is being told in Ant-Man, part of the story is being told in Loki, part of the story is being told in Spider-Man, and about how like all these branches and realities and multiverses. And it's I don't know, it's a little disconjointed. It's a little I don't know, I can't think of the right word. It's like everyone's trying to tell the same story but with different information. It's almost like
Yeah.
as if
They're playing telephone with fucking
yeah.
like movies and TV, and it's like nobody gives a shit.
It's
Yeah, King's
really
a
muddying the
cool,
waters.
badass dude, but you're confusing people because not everyone read the comics. These
Yeah,
people haven't read shit. They only know what you showed them, which is the other movies. And now you're trying to do this elaborate like villain, and it's like it's falling flat.
yeah. And I mean, and it's again too is like, well, if you didn't see Ant Man, you're not really gonna understand Kang, and if you didn't see Loki, you're not gonna really understand.
Yeah,
It's you're having to get more and more, rely more and more on the information. But that's not to say that's the thing we loved about the Marvel universe, right? Like where it's all the stories interconnect, all of them connect and make this big, whatever. But yeah, it's just it
it's too
blows my
much, and
mind.
it's too spread out.
Yeah, it blows my mind when they're working on all these things, and it's like I don't know. I'm of two minds of it because here's the thing: they only got, like, obviously we want Fantastic Four, we want X-Men, but they only got the properties like 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and it takes time to develop it. And remember, they had this map, like this 10-year roadmap. So you can't just like throw out the roadmap and hey, next movie's X-Men, right? So they're trying to figure out, okay, where do we fit them in? But when you're giving everybody else a
struggling.
chance, yeah, it's I think that becomes the Hail Mary. I think we're gonna get to a point where I don't want this to be true. Trust me, I don't want this to be true. I think the Marvels is gonna flop. And
Yeah,
then I don't even know what the next thing after that is. The Echo TV series, which actually looks really good.
looks
Trailer
good
came
for
out.
a change. Yeah,
It actually looks good, but again, they're pushing the hard. That is a TVMA for mature audiences,
it's
so they're going
supposed to be
harder.
Daredevil, but they scrapped. So I
Yeah,
don't, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the next. I don't think they have a next movie.
they do. It's all laid out, but with this writer strike and the actor strike, everything is kind of because
In the
Deadpool was
Marvels
supposed
is
to be
a
coming.
stupid. It's a stupid freaking concept, and it's a stupid movie that nobody wanted. Yeah, I get you want girl power. Yeah, I'm all for it, but it's a dumb. It could have been a good show, I think, maybe on Disney Plus, but it's not a movie. It's you're just throwing shit together from like if you didn't watch the Miss Marvel show,
Mm. Or
you're gonna be
WandaVision because that's part of
confused.
it.
Like, yeah, you just threw a bunch of shit together and you're expecting people, like, and you made a movie out of it, and it's no like, there's nothing that leads into it. There's nothing that's gonna come from it. I don't think. Um, it's just a mishmash of bullshit, and you're like, here's a movie, and it's like everything else you're building up to something, and it's like this is just like the only thing that I can think that builds up to it is like whatever when the Nick Fury show was out, and then he's like, I'm working on something in space.
Yeah.
This is the thing he's working on, and then you got all these characters from the other. I don't know. I think it's stupid. Just do Miss Marvel 2 or Captain Marvel 2, whatever you want to call it. And I know what they did because it was a comic, but they also made a bunch of crappy comics to sell to make money because they release comics every week, and it's hard to freaking come
Yeah, you
up with
got to
new
write some.
stories.
You got
So
to
they
put
do
something on the
whatever.
page.
They did a lot of crap for money, just like Warner Brothers does. But just because you're gonna suck a dick doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Oh God, I love it. Great quotes for the
Yeah,
T-shirt.
I mean, it's
Heath,
not
I
gonna be
know,
good.
I know
They're
you're
just burying
being
themselves.
sarcastic, but they do have a Craven movie coming out. That is
It's that's where Marvel's heading. Sad. It's sad to see, but
that's
you're like
a
you're floating that DC line there.
the Sony line. Because remember, Craven was the
Sony
the
line,
Sony.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Sony line.
inching closer and closer to
Just
that Sony
sad.
verse, which is not a compliment. Yes, it's man,
I
it's
have
go.
hopes. I know they'll pull through. I mean, they're like whatever. They met and they're like, "Ooh, we got a lot of hot garbage coming out, guys. We gotta we gotta circle the wagons." And it's at least they're doing that. Like
And then it
other
doesn't help
companies, they're just like,
too.
just put it out.
It doesn't help too. They the whole, Jonathan Majors incident, and that hurts because they're trying to build an entire phase. The way they built around
Around one
Thanos,
person.
they're trying to build it around Kang, and with him, in legal trouble, and it's not a good look, and so it's a bad situation. And Marvel's not used to this, right? This has been a DC problem where their actors are horrible people. So this is
But they
definitely
also they built up stuff from the ground up, where DC just rehashes whatever. But
yeah, just throws it all out there.
they'll be all
It
right.
is. It is what it is. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Marvel's gonna right the ship. I really,
Well,
I
they
really
have
believe it.
this is where the strike benefits them, because nobody's writing stuff, nobody's acting and stuff. So they have the time now to figure out what the heck to do, and
Yeah.
and right the ship going forward. And so, whereas they would just be pumping out crap like Sony has been doing for a while now.
Yeah. Um. All right. One last. I was looking for one story that I had. One last story that before we go to break. Ah, yes. Talking about props, movie props. So an original X-wing from the original Star Wars, the prop that was used, has broke a record settling. So, the model of a Star Wars X-Wing starfighter, an original prop used in the filming of the original Star Wars movie A New Hope, has sold for a record-setting $3.135 million at a heritage auction in Dallas, Texas over the weekend. This is a couple weeks ago, actually. The Model X-Wing was a piece from the collection of the late Oscar-nominated VFX specialist and model maker Greg Jen. He did stuff for Star Wars, Avatar, Oblivion, Interstellar, all that. The reason it sold for such a high number is it had been, they thought it had been lost for decades before it turned up in one of the boxes in his garage following his death. Yeah, like that always blows my mind.
It wasn't missing. He stole it. He's like, I did a lot of work. I'm taking this thing home with me. I don't blame
I don't
him.
even think. Well, they said like the family didn't even realize he had it. They don't think he realized it. It's one of those things, you're packing up the office.
What's he gonna do? Take it? Oh, hey guys, it's Thanksgiving. He's flying the thing around like his hat.
It's like, hey, baby toy. It's like a baby rattle. No, but I think it's one of those situations where like everything gets boxed up. You know how it is. You stack some shit in your garage, and then like 70 years later, you find a
$3 million
an X-wing,
model
$3 million X-wing in there. But yes, so the quote was, Heritage just set the record for the most expensive Star Wars screen used prop sold at auction. He said in a statement, the worldwide response to the Greg Jean, I don't know if it's Jen or Jean, collections has been outstanding, a true testament to Greg and all his accomplished as a visual effects artist and collector. According to the specs of the model provided at auction, the Model X-Wing was built by Industrial Light and Magic to be flown by Red Leader, or Red One, in the climactic space dogfight between the Rebel Alliance and the Empire's Death Star base. The model is one of just 4 hero filming miniatures with articulating servo-controlled wings and lights used for close-up shots of the dogfight during the final battle, including the iconic trench run sequence. So, yes, that is a one-of-a-kind piece. I do kind of wonder though, like if the guy was just kind of hoarding it. He's like, fuck that, I'm keeping this shit to myself. I'm like, this is mine. Nobody's getting this.
Yeah, they always steal the crap they make. It's probably going to be broke during shipping anyways. Was it USPS 7-day shipping, no insurance?
I think they get a flat rate box. If it fits, it ships,
Flat rate
right?
box.
You just put it in one of those boxes and just throw it out the door.
Put some popcorn in there.
That reminds me of that. Was it the Ace Ventura? Remember the opening scene? He's like kicking the box down the hallway. Yes, exactly.
Exactly what it is.
Sounds important. All right, guys, we are going to take a little break. When we come back, we've got our guest Ryan Carr with us. He's going to talk about this collaboration between his company and the Jelly Bean Company, Jelly Belly Jelly Bean Company, and we're going to learn all about it. So stay tuned, And we'll be back with more after this. Say bye, Mad Mike.
Bye, man, Mike.
All right, guys. Shots.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, you there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, right? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, what do you think because the show is going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
After all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me And if I told you everything, I bet you cry and run away. 'Cause with all the lies I keep, made you believe this was me. The truth is I am not at all who I preach myself to be. And I deserve to be alone. And I'm alone here with me. And after all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And if I told you everything, I wonder if you would believe that with all the ways you've tried, I couldn't change my selfish needs. And with endless love from you, I took for granted everything. And I deserve to be alone here with me. After all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And I believe I could close my eyes and make it go away in dreams. And honestly, I could die to take it all away from me. After all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And after all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've done, do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me
You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. The force is strong. They have the high ground.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey everybody, we are back. We are back. Welcome to Pop Culture Warrior. Man, I'm really excited. This is gonna be a fun one. My guest tonight is he's a sales executive for the Incredible Group, a novelty toy shop that specializes in creating fun and innovative products for kids and adults alike. He's an experienced and successful salesperson who's been working in the toy industry for over a decade. He is also the key person behind the new collaboration and telling us all about with Jelly Belly, the famous candy company that produces the original gourmet jelly beans that they have teamed up to launch a line of scented squishy toys based on jelly beans, which are sure to delight and surprise customers of all ages. He's here to tell us all about his career, his working with the company, the exciting new project. Obviously, it's exciting. It's a perfect blend of sweetness and squishiness. I have some samples here they sent me, which I've been enjoying. So it's my absolute pleasure to introduce to you guys our wonderful guest of the night. He's welcome to the show, Ryan Carr. Hey, everybody.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it. That's a pretty serious intro for a guy who just makes squishy toys. But but thank you. I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. You know, we like to say we roll out the red carpet for everybody that comes on the show.
You do.
You take the time. Yeah, you take the time to be here. And and obviously I have here, let me pull it out the bottom. I've got the big squishy. All right, and then we got the mini squishies still in the box. Only haven't taken them out because we're like, we'll give it away to an audience member, a fan of the show, and let them have something fun. But first out of the gate, obviously, before we get into that, we want to learn about you. We want to learn, who it is we're talking to, and how, what gives you the right to talk about, these things. What's your experience? So, but first, let's ask what we ask everybody, which is, what is and do you have a military connection?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm Canadian, first of all. So my company is based in Toronto. So my military connection is Canadian. It's from World War II. My grandfather was with the Air Force in Canada. And actually, he was an engineer and he helped to work on the blackout suit that helped the pilots in World War II not black out when they hit certain Gs. And then he went on to work for the Dunlop Corporation. He was actually working for Dunlop at the time, and they were sort of like seconded into the war movement to help with this project because they had to figure this thing out. It was obviously a pretty big deal for World War II pilots. And so that's my main military connection.
That's incredible. Oh, wow. Well,
it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. My kid too. She's 13 years old, and my grandfather's since passed away, but she still has his dog tags and still wears his dog tags around. I think honestly, if we're being honest, she just thinks they're cool. It's kind of rad to wear dog tags, but it's a cool little bit of family history. Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, we thank him for his service, obviously, and what he did for his country and aviation in general. But that's super cool. Awesome. So again, in getting to know you, we're a pop culture show. We talk about everything, movies and TV and music and all these different things, video games and collectibles,
toys,
all the toys. What do you personally geek out of? Right, like outside of your work of things, like what do you geek out about?
Okay, that's a good one. I'm definitely Star Wars, into Star Wars. He-Man from when I was a kid was a big one. Like my geek outs are definitely tend to be toy related. Like as a Lego kid, I was an intense Lego kid. And in my career, I went on to work in the toy business. And for a time, I was actually a toy buyer. And I got to buy Lego for a chain of stores that I worked for at the time. And that was pretty rad, honestly, because they would send the new catalog and I'd be like, yeah, I better, look this over to make a business plan or whatever. And it'd just be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it definitely a lot of toys. He-Man, actually, I come back to He-Man. He-Man was a big one for me too.
Nice.
He-Man, I was like an 80s kid, so I was perfectly in the pocket for He-Man. They hit me pretty hard. Ninja Turtles too, but He-Man really, like, the Mattel execs just like they had they had my code,
Yes.
and they got me pretty good. So yeah,
Uh,
I'd say those things for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna say like I feel like I just missed He-Man, but Ninja Turtles was definitely I have a set of Ninja Turtles back there. I mean, I have some signed comic books, some signed artwork by Kevin Eastman, the creator of
Like the
Ninja Turtles.
originals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my God, so great.
Amazing.
You're speaking my language, man. We're right
Yeah.
here. So I did a little digging on you. I was fascinated in your career and everything, and I saw, if the internet's to be believed, you started in the toy industry in like 2005, somewhere in there. Um, uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
actually, if you really want to go back, I started in 1994. I was 14 years old. I was at the dinner table, and my mom, who managed the toy store at the time, said, come work in the toy store. And I said, oh, all right, that sounds awesome, which I did. And I went on to work for that toy store for quite a long time. I was a teenager in the store for like a decade, and then went away to school, did some degrees, and came back and called the guys up who owned this small business at the time and said, "Hey, I'm looking for a job." And they said, "Do you want to come be a toy buyer?" And I said, "Yes, yes, I do. Yes, that sounds like Willy Wonka. Like 100%, I want to do that." And I ended up doing that for close to 20 years, about 17 years doing that, and eventually ran the buying team for a chain of toy stores in Canada. And now the way that I ended up in this particular situation where I'm now helping to make toys is that there was a company that I bought from for many, many years when I was a toy buyer. And I got to be very good friends with the guys who ran this company. And when it was time for a change for me, they sort of said, "Hey, we've got some ideas. We want to do some new things. You want to come help us with this?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds like Willy Wonka. Like it, like I just want to keep doing this kind of thing." So,
Oh wow.
yeah, I've been pretty lucky. It's been a pretty fun ride, I would say, in the toy business.
Talk about a dream come true. Just like Uh,
Yeah, man.
it blows me because like you hear about actors who are like oh I saw a movie and I didn't realize like that's a thing I could do, and then they grow up to do that thing, and you're just like, man, I fucking I love those He-Man toys, I love those things,
I
and
just really like He-Man. I wonder if I could do this as a job. It
that's
turns
so
out,
cool.
yes, you absolutely can.
I
So, yeah, it's been pretty fun.
any for those that are out there that may be wanting to get into toys, buying and selling, any just general advice? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would say working your way up, it worked for me. I started as a teenager, wrapping presents in a little toy store and just kind of learning and talking to customers and what have you, and that served me pretty well. I would also say that the toy business rewards people who are passionate about it. There's a lot of businesses where it's just like it could be any widget that you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like I sold this many of this, the price is this, whatever, who cares? But if you get passionate about it and you're sort of like, oh, I would have loved that when I was a kid. I get it. Like, if you just kind of let that flow a little bit, it goes a long way in the toy business, I would say. So,
Nice.
but other than that, I don't know. Just luck into it. Have a mom who runs a toy store. That helped me too.
Love
Nepotism.
toys. Love
Yeah,
toys.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now you're working with the Incredible Group, part of Incredible Novelties. Can you give people just a little bit of background, a little just so they understand, where we are, what we're
Yeah,
talking about?
sure. So we're a Canadian company, and we do a lot of things in the toy business. Like we help a lot of people with their lines, selling them to Canada. But the main thing that we're doing now is making our own toys, primarily like novelty squishy toys. So that's one of our specialties is novelty squishy toys. And if you know anything about the toy business, like recently squishy toys kind of had a moment, and fidget toys. People call them fidget toys. The pandemic got a little weird, and kids were, doing school on their computers and this sort of thing. And I think a lot of people started to wonder about that and the effect it was having. And obviously we don't have to belabor that, but all sorts of things came out of that. One of them was that parents and educators started to look at little Chutka nothing little squish 'em toys and were like, maybe this isn't such a bad thing. Maybe these anxious kids sitting there trying to focus on a screen, like having a little something to fiddle with is, that's not terrible. And that coupled with the fact that, I mean, kids just like them. And frankly, parents just like them. Like stress balls are not a new thing, right? Like
No.
it's, those have been around for a while for a reason, and it kind of took off. And so my company has made a lot of those types of toys for many, many years. And we're also, when I joined up, it was like, okay, we got this thing that we do really well. We could probably do some other cool things with it. We don't know what it would be, but if we've got some talented people who work here. We've got some, smart people, good ideas, creative people. Let's just see what we come up with. And Jelly Belly and this Jelly Belly squishy toy was one of the things. Actually, the way that it came about was somebody had the idea when we were sort of spitballing, throwing things around, like let's make them scented. Let's make them, scented. And obviously, food was a natural. Like, okay, we can make scented squishy toys. Let's make them like food. And then somebody said, like another way to describe the toys that we sell is impulse toys or pocket money toys. They're like the toys that you find by the cash register that you sort of grab on the way out, or the kid has a few bucks in their pocket and they grab it on the way. It's like
that.
yeah, exactly. Impulse. It's not something you planned to buy. It was an impulsive decision. And so the greatest impulse product of all time is candy. Like candy at the cash, oh my gosh, like it crushes, like it's ridiculous. And so it was that brainwave where it was like, oh, we make impulse toys, candy's the best impulse thing, maybe either, like this could be something cool. And one of the first ideas, kind of a funny story, because one of the first ideas that we had was this Jelly Belly idea, where we sort of, it wasn't a fully formed idea, I'll be honest. It was just like, okay, scented jelly squishies or something. There's something there. And we had no idea how to do this. And we just, went on the internet and we're like, we're a company that's been around for 20 years, but we're still a small company. And so we're on the internet like, oh, okay, who do we talk to at Jelly Belly? And we figure somebody out and we called them up, and like our pitch is like harebrained, right? Like half a like, okay, we make these squishy toys, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna scent them, we're gonna make them exactly smelling like your beans. We have no idea how to do that, but we're gonna figure that out. And they were like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's do it. And we had a deal in hours. And then we had to actually figure out how to do it. But sorry, to give you the background of the company is that we made a lot of cool toys in the fidget sort of squishy space for many, many years. And the way that we came to this collaboration is we were just trying to do something new, just trying to do something cool, and capitalize on what was happening, and try and push the envelope just a little. Like it's not rocket science what we do, but it's not. We didn't make the blackout suit for pilots in World War II, if I can put it that way. But we think we made some cool stuff, and it's worked out.
That's awesome.
Many months later.
No, that's awesome, man. And I can tell you, I have a 6-year-old boy, and those fidget things, those things that keeps their hands, the squishy things. I've baskets full of squishy things, the balls that go through the rope and the yarn or whatever, and the animals and the. Oh, he's obsessed with squishy things. I'm sure I'm probably not even giving you gummy bears. Like he's obsessed with gummy bears too. I mean, anything gummy. So I'm sure gummy squishies would be right down the line as well.
It's a good one.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say too is, you were talking about the idea that they're fidgets and that they're good for kids. I've noticed I do a lot of corporate trainings and different things. And a lot of times they'll give us like the little mini Play-Dohs or these little things. and it's meant to like fidget with, and somehow you're dialed more into the training, and that because like your hands are busy and your brain is stimulated or whatever the science behind it is, but it works. I've noticed it works. I'm less anxious. I'm less, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm doodling or doing whatever I'm doing in this training thing. So this stuff works, man. This stuff.
And listen, we've had so many people reach out to us on that. And actually, when we started making the Jelly Belly, the scented squishy toys, and we had that idea, and we were sharing it with a few people, and they were sort of suggesting to us that adding that extra sensory dimension to it was really cool and important too for that angle. I'll be honest with you, we're not experts at that. Like we make cool toys. That's what we're trying to do. But the offshoots of what we've made and how it plays into some things, and how I would say almost inadvertently, we've had some teachers who've told us, this is a great thing that you've done. Like this is a really helpful tool for the classroom. And we're like, yeah, all right. We kind of thought you guys were going to be confiscating them, but all right,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. Like I said, we're not experts at it, but we're not blind to the fact that there's a moment for it right now,
Yeah.
and as long as you make good ones, as long as you make ones that are like good quality and aren't going to burst or any
Oh
nonsense
man.
like that.
I've
Yeah,
got
bursting's
stains. I've got stains in
yeah, it's
carpets, man, of those things
bad news.
exploding, and
Bad news.
it's a
Bad
mess.
news.
And God
Yeah.
knows what's in these things. I mean, like liquids,
Yeah.
foams, beads, all types of things.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I know exactly what's in them. But one thing I will say is that no matter what, if it's sold in the United States, and it's been imported to the United States, look, they're serious about that stuff. The safety, and rightly so. They take that very seriously. The testing is extremely stringent.
Mm.
But that small comfort when one of those things bursts in the back seat of mom's Mercedes or something, she's just pissed.
Yeah.
Like there's there's
I
no
have
way around that one. She's just pissed.
what is it? I
So
have
that's why we make ours a little thicker, like a little better.
they're
You know what I
robust.
mean?
They are robust. I
Yes,
will say that
robust.
this is not me promoting one of it. I've noticed I have this sounds terrible. I have a nephew. He's a bit of a biter. He loves to just chew on things, and he's burst quite a few squishy things, and it terrifies. But this, I mean, it definitely seems a little sturdier. It's gonna do well. The whole reason it's still packaged, I had to hide this. I opened this and I'm
Yeah,
like, if my 6-year-old sees this, he will
yeah.
take it and it will be a fight. So I had to protect it and keep it keep it
I
separated.
I believe you. Like it is. We have samples just go missing in our office, and it's not like it's kids or anybody taking it. It's just like people from the office are just grabbing these things. There's something about it. It is satisfying just to
Yes. Yep.
squish away at it.
So we even
Um,
have a comment in the script in the chat from Nicole. She says, "My kids are 1 and 2. If I can keep them happy without a screen, then I'm happy." So there
that's
you
a
go.
big.
This is the thing,
Well, it's
Nicole. We're gonna
funny.
have to get you some Jelly Belly
Yeah,
scented squishies.
we can do that.
Uh, uh,
It's funny because if you talk to anybody in the toy business and ask them who their biggest competitor is, they'll say the screen.
tablet, absolutely,
Our whole business faces the existential threat of the iPad, and don't get me wrong, I have a kid. The iPad is also a godsend. Let's be honest, but yeah, there's something about the tactile nature of toys that's still
absolutely,
we're tapping into something. You know what I mean? There's a reason people can't put this stuff down.
for sure.
Even when we show it to people and they're like, I don't get it. Like, what is this? What do you do with this? You squish it? You squish it? Like, this is stupid. I
Yeah,
don't get it. Like, who cares? Who cares? And then it's like 5 minutes later, they're still squishing it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
yeah.
It's like, I actually think you do. I think you
Yeah,
do.
that's awesome.
You haven't
Um,
put that there.
that's
Yeah.
so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
I'll be as an adult and as a man with fine collectibles, like real collectibles. I got it. And I
Yeah.
was like, squishy jelly bean. Okay. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
wrap my head, and it took a while, but then I'm like, okay, No, it's like a stress ball, but it's scented. It's got, and I'm like, okay, I came around to it. I came around to it,
But
but
again, it's like that's it. Like
yeah,
it's a simple thing. It's tapping into. It's not you know, we didn't make a crazy Lego Death Star or anything. It's if I can pop in a reference from my own past.
please, I love those.
It's yeah, no, it's a simple thing, but sometimes the simple things are some of the coolest, you know, and some of the ones that catch on the best. So
Absolutely. That
yeah, we're pretty happy with it. And
thing
I got
about
to
those,
tell you, can I also say,
please.
it simple thing wasn't so easy to make. Like,
I I
turns
definitely want to have that conversation. I do. To answer a question, because someone was asking about the scents. So I'm looking here on the packaging, on the large, or I guess normal size, large, whichever. There's
large,
the
yeah.
berry blue, very cherry, and green apple are the scents. And then on these minis, you've got berry blue, cotton candy, very cherry, green apple, lemon lime, cinnamon, chocolate pudding, blueberry, root beer, island punch, kiwi, and orange sherbet are
By
the
the way, orange sherbet, that's my right now. That's my ride or die.
that's the go-to.
It's yeah, that's the favorite. That one.
So, just quick question: why so many little scents? Why only 3 of the big scents?
Well, we're actually, that's a good question. We're actually going to be making series of these. So Jelly
Yes,
Belly,
series 1.
anybody who's a fan of, yeah, that's right. Anybody who's a fan of Jelly Belly knows there's all kinds of different Jelly Belly flavors, and they do some crazy stuff as well. And so our arrangement with Jelly Belly, our partnership is such that we can use all of their different flavors, and we can use them for a number of years and make different iterations of the product. And so we started with some of the most popular ones. And also, if I'm being completely honest, some of the ones that were a little easier to get right,
Sure,
because listen,
classic.
I'll tell you one thing about Jelly Belly. They are just a classic brand. They've been around for countless years, and people are passionate about Jelly Belly. Like there are fans of Jelly Belly, and then there are fans of Jelly Belly. And Jelly Belly knows that. And to their credit, when you're making a product with them, you got to nail it. Like 6 out of 10 doesn't fly. Like it's 10 out of 10, guys.
Yeah,
And so, and they approve everything. And so we had to get every scent perfect, such that if you opened a bag of the corresponding jelly bean and had one of our squishy jelly bellies right beside it, it's like they gotta be identical. And
mm,
so that took a little time, and we started with the 12 in the small one because the smaller one's a little bit more collectible. Like you'll notice in that two
yeah.
pack that you have
It's
there,
got the
when you get, yeah,
mystery
you get a
one.
mystery. Yeah, so you see one that you're getting, and one of the scents you don't know what you're getting. And we have a 4 pack too, where you see two, and two you don't know what you're getting. So it's a little bit collectible. And the bigger one is more of that big tactile squishy
Yeah, it's
bean.
that
Uh,
visceral
that's
squeeze
right.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
that's
dig it.
right. So,
There was a
so
question earlier from someone who asked, given that they're, I think it's like the bean boozled or whatever. There's the ones with the like the funky smells or the funky taste. Is there ever a chance? I'm like, who's gonna want like rotten egg one or sweaty
so
socks?
So we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, no, we have the rights to Bean Boozled also. That was our question too. Who would want like a squishy jelly bean that smelled like diaper or something
Mm,
like that? Do you know what
mm,
I mean? That seems less appealing. But if you know the Bean Boozled game, the whole thing with the Bean Boozled game is you get two beans that look identical, right? They're
hmm
two, let's say, lime green beans, and one of them is lemon lime, and one of them is like cut grass. And you
mm.
don't know, it's like Russian roulette, right? You don't know which one you're getting, and you get one, and your friend gets one, you eat them at the same time, and one of you gets the disgusting one. So we're thinking we can probably do something like that, where we make a package and the two beans look the same, and you sort of, here you get this one or this one, who knows? And one of them is going to be a diaper,
I
and one
like
of
it.
them is going to be coconut or something like that. So yeah,
One's
so there's
dark
yeah,
chocolate and one's not so dark chocolate.
yeah,
It's a
yes,
different kind.
yes. By the way,
Um,
people do accuse us that the root beer bean looks a little suspect, and we're always like, no, we didn't do that, not on this round, I
I
promise.
mean,
But Bean Boozled, all bets are off.
there you go. I like it. No, I like it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, we'll pull it back a little bit because I'm curious when you're in this kind of novelty toy market. Um, give us some insight. Behind the scenes of like, what are some challenges or maybe opportunities. Kind of working in that market.
Yeah, I would say what immediately comes to mind is what led us to the idea of Jelly Belly is that there's whenever something's really successful, a lot of people crowd into doing that, and so we have very cool designs in our squishy toys that we've been doing, but we're not the only ones making squishy toys, and so we really, to your point, it was an opportunity where it was like, okay, how could we do something really different here? How could we make something that is cool, that takes advantage of what people like about this, but is also different? And that's that kind of pushing led to this collaboration and this project that we're doing here. Um, you know, I think also the getting people to care about it at first is another part of it. Just like getting it in front of people and getting them to see it. And so the first thing that we have to do behind the scenes is get it in front of a lot of different buyers for a lot of different chains.
Mhm.
And this type of product, interestingly, like it's not just in toy stores, it can be in all kinds of different places, grocery stores, bookstores, candy stores, kind of you name it, this product could be there. And so one of the things that we've been doing also for the past year or so with this Jelly Belly cool thing is going to all sorts of different trade shows all across the U.S., all kinds of different trade. Like I'm at a trade show right now. I'm in Sevierville in Tennessee here, and the main customers that are at this trade show. By the way, that's why I have this beautiful hotel background. In case you were wondering, it's like I
Stylish.
just I just want your viewers to know this is not my personal taste. Sorry.
Like it.
Um, yeah, so we're talking to buyers here. This is buyers for resorts and zoos and camps and places like that, where you think, why would they have it? Well, fun little somethings for pocket money for kids. There's a lot of places that can go. So I'd say another challenge or opportunity is trying to just get out there and get it. And it's a lot of, you got to log a lot of miles, you got to go a lot of places, you got to talk to a lot of people. And yeah, that would be, especially when you have something brand new like this.
Mm.
It's one thing when you make another version, you know what I mean? But when they first launched He-Man, they had to like get He-Man in front of
Yeah,
people. So they made a cartoon. We didn't do that, but we've yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
yeah,
So I would say those are some of the challenges, I guess, that go into
sure.
making.
Um, I'm curious, outside of the jelly beans, just to give people an idea of the kind of things. What are some of the other best-selling products that the Incredible Group offers?
Yeah. Interestingly, some of our best squishy toys, we have this one squishy toy. It's like a little balloon dog, like a little squishy balloon dog. Insane, crazy. People love it. So we love it so much that our design team was like, okay, well, geez, we got to make more of this. So we made a product called the Balloonosaurs, which are little squishy balloon dinosaurs, and the Balloonicorns. Little squishy. There's a theme here. I don't know if you're picking up on that. But the other thing that I can tell you actually is that Jelly Belly is kind of just the beginning for us in the candy space. We've since put together some partnerships with some more candy companies, actually. So the next one that's coming from us is Squishy Peeps for Easter. The little
Ooh,
Peeps marshmallows, the bunnies and
of
the
course,
chips.
of course.
Those ones have been fantastic. That's going to be followed by Squishy scented Sour Patch Kids and Oreo cookies and Swedish fish, and we're working on a few more that's
Jeez.
hoping to sign some paperwork very soon. But yeah, we kind of thought this was a pretty neat angle, and that it had a lot more legs. So we've all of those products are coming from us in 2024 as well. So we have more stuff coming there.
Oh man, that's incredible. The I know we're jumping ahead. The Oreo. How big we talking? Like, is this how are we going actual size or it's
No, bigger, bigger.
big Oreo
So here,
size?
I'll tell you. Here's another little insight to when you're
Please.
making a toy and some things you wouldn't think of. There's a concept called food confusion when you're making toys that look like food.
Mm,
And I think you can see where I'm going with this. You don't
yes.
want people to be like, "Oh, this looks delicious." I'm just like, you got to kind of make it, try and make it a little more obvious that it's not, this is not an Oreo. This is a big, squishy, scented toy Oreo. And so
Nice.
ours is going to be about 3 times the size of an Oreo, and that's why the jelly beans are not tiny little
Yeah.
jelly
Again,
beans. They got to, yeah, exactly, yeah,
big
they
big
got to be,
jelly bean.
they got to be nice and big. So they got to play on the concept of the
Right.
candy without being too confusing.
Oh, perfect. I didn't think about it, so you said it, and then I went, "Oh yeah, that makes because it smells good and it
Right.
looks good." So eat it.
So you gotta kind of do a little due diligence to
Uh,
to set it apart a little bit. And with Jelly Belly, we definitely, especially because the scents are like perfect. When you smell the orange sherbet Jelly Belly, it smells like an orange creamsicle. Like, it smells a little bit orange, a little bit vanilla. You got to mix all those things just perfectly, and
mm.
it's like, oh man, this is bang on. And so, yeah. Also, if you look closely at the back of every one of our jelly beans, we wrote "Do not eat" on them, which was kind of a joke, but also kind of not a joke.
Oh, yep,
If
there
you,
it is. I see it.
it
I
says "Do
probably
not
can't
eat"
see it
on
on
the
the
back of
camera,
every
but
one.
it's
Yeah,
written right there.
very,
Do not
very
eat.
tiny, very tiny. I
That's
think if it comes down to it, we're not sure that's going to help much. But we
if
just
you're
thought,
that
you know
committed
what?
to eating it.
Yeah, you know what? If this stops you, so be
Yeah.
it.
A question about the scents. The when you're trying to match a scent, is there something like that the company says, "Oh, we're going to give you our scent sample, like here's our smells," or do you just have to like buy a pack and be like, "Okay, it kind of smells like this."
A little bit of both, actually. Mostly the former. So mostly the company, because Jelly Belly's been making stuff, they have sort of what do you want to call it? A catalog, if you will, of scents. And some of them, they don't all work in every type of product, though. So it's kind of a little bit trial and error. And then the other thing is, with what we were making, we had to figure out how to put the scent inside it, which is was a little bit interesting, actually, because if you look at our squishy beans, they're squishy obviously with a substance inside. The scent is actually in the outside squishiness of the bean. So when that is made, it's a liquid injected into a mold, and the liquid scent is injected at the same time. So the other big, now it's like totally losing your audience. Like, so
No,
there's
this
like
is fascinating.
the
I love
science of
this.
toy making. So what really becomes the issue there is the level, how much you put in, how many grams of liquid scent go in to make it the right scent. And some
Mm,
scents, as you know, are just like way stronger than others. So you'll pop some in, bring it out, and be like, "Well, like that's a Yankee candle. Like, oh my God, we can't make that."
right.
Tom is going to come into the bedroom and take one whiff, be like, "What is going on in here? Like, too much, you know?"
Yeah.
So you got to balance it out. And sometimes it goes in, it's like, it's there, but it's not right.
Mm,
It's just not enough. Like, you got to, and so it's this, you're in the lab, like, mixing it and trying to get it perfect to make these. Again, if a customer sees this on the shelf, brings it home, opens it up, they're going to be like, "Hey, this is pretty cool," and they squish it, and it's like they won't give it a second thought. If I tell you that bringing this to life was over a 1 year process, from the crazy, insane phone call to Jelly Belly, like, "We have this crazy idea, will you let us do it?" to, okay, it's actually on store shelves. And
right.
it's all those things in between to get it right. And just little things along the way that are the most vexing, but also the kind of, if you're into making toys and such, as we are, those are kind of the cool parts too. So,
Yeah, because
anyways,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure there's because you have to get the color right, you have the size dimensions of it right. I mean, the obviously the packaging and the logoing and the
everything.
smell, obviously being such a big thing. I'm curious because my kid does, and I'm utilizing my many years of experience as being a parent. My
Yeah.
kid does have a couple of toys that have scents involved in them. And for the most part, 99% of the time, things that are supposed to smell a certain way do kind of fade out over time. Is that something you guys experiment with or test, or like you certain like we want to have a certain amount of scent hours per toy? Like how does
I
that work
actually,
out?
by the way, you're like bang on. It's yeah, nailed it. It's well, because it's a trade-off. It is a
Right.
function of the initial power of the scent and how long you want it to last over time as well. And so it's all a balancing act, because it could last 10 years, but if you open the package and it's like everybody's on the floor passed out, it's like that's gross. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants that. And on the flip side, if you open it and it's like, oh, this is kind of nice, and 2 weeks later it's nothing, like, come on, that doesn't work either. So all scented products like this will fade over time. They just do. Um, and so, like with our product as an example, the scent should last between a year and 2 years at its
Oh,
potency, right? It'll probably
right.
last longer than that, but at its potency. Um, and for the type of product that we've made and the type of experience that comes with it, that seems appropriate, especially when you open the package. Again, it's when you're making these things, you picture the moment where the kid, the family leaves the toy store, pile into the car, the kids open in the back seat, they each got four, and it's like, bah, 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 and all of a sudden, dad is in the driver's seat, like, oh my gosh, I got a headache here. Like that. You can't have that. So you gotta, these are all balancing acts in
Sure.
in making this type of product.
No, that's
Um,
awesome. I
yeah.
another thing again, expert dad here. I play with all my kids' toys. There's especially when you get squishy things. There's a sometimes if the material's not right, it can be like sticky, like the silicone outside. Is that something you guys you I don't want trade secrets here. I don't want to expose, but is there a process
Yeah.
that you make sure
Yeah.
that it's not too sticky, it's not too, I don't know, dull or too shiny or anything like that?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. With our product, it's a powdering of the exterior, which gives it the right sort of feeling. Now you can make them where they are sticky too, the sticky
Mhm.
squishies, and those are rad too. Don't get me wrong, the ones that like stick to the wall, and
Collect
we're working
all the hair.
we're
They
working
collect
on yeah,
all the hair.
well, that too. When you make them right though, you can put them under the faucet and sort of
Right.
like clean them off, and they still work when you
Yeah.
make them right. When you make them wrong, they're just disgusting, like yeah, dog hair collectors. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Outstanding.
um but yes, all these little variables that you, like the science of squishy novelty toys that cost $6 that people would never think of, but this is what we do all day long, trying to come up with the right, tweak the right experience with it. Because I'll tell you this too, like the difference between a successful toy and an unsuccessful toy is sometimes just somebody picking it up like yourself and being like, that's a little sticky and gross. And it's like, boom, like it's done, it's dead, doesn't work, nobody buys it ever again, it's a terrible failure, forget it. Versus you get that just right, and it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna tell my buddy about that. And it's like, and you have a success. So
Yeah.
you got to sweat the details.
It's important. It's important. If you, I mean, I'm sure the people that are in for the fast buck probably don't sweat it. But when you want to make a legacy product, you want something that's going to sell well and stay on people's minds, or be the talk of the town. You got to put the details into it. There's a
Well, sorry,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah.
No, you go
Well,
ahead.
I was just going to say quickly, when you're working with a brand like Jelly Belly, it's not like we're working with some schlocky candy guys who are, have been around for 20 minutes and don't know what they're doing. Like Jelly Belly is very exacting as a partner and makes you get it right, because they keep their brand so pristine, and they do it with the candy that they make. And then if you're going to be making something based on the candy that they make, you gotta get it right. So yeah, all these, especially working with a partner like Jelly Belly, that comes into play.
Absolutely. We got something from Scott in the chats. He says, "Do you ever think about having some of your own toy ideas and how awesome it would be if you had it when you were a kid?" I guess he's saying like if your ideas, if you had those things as a
Yeah,
kid, and if you had
yeah.
to pick one toy or idea of a toy that you could send back to your childhood self, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Oh my gosh, that's intense. Okay. The answer is yes. The way that I answer that question, first of all, is like when anytime I'm involved in the toy business, whether it was back when I was buying toys or when I'm making a toy, and you have that like feeling, most of the time you're suppressing that feeling, but sometimes you just have that feeling of like, oh, that's wicked. Like that feeling of it, like when you were a kid and you're just like, that is just wicked. Like and I call that the inner kid. And so when the inner kid sort of lights up, if you can just be, especially if you're in the toy business, that helps. And you just sort of hear that. Yes, I get that feeling where you're like, oh man, I just want to play with this. And for me, I have to say, where I go to initially is back to Lego. Like and it's not exactly sending a toy idea back, it's just more sending toys back. Where it was Star Wars Lego, I was getting a little uncomfortably old for me to fully partake in the playing with Star Wars Lego. I've said some parts of my timeline, if you did a bit of the math, you'd be like, all right. But man, when I was like core 8, 9, 10 years old, if I had that, oh my gosh, it's like I wouldn't even have friends. I was just busy in the basement with Star Wars Lego, and I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
I'm good. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's exactly the answer
Yeah,
there, but that's exactly where my mind goes.
absolutely.
Would have loved it.
So how do you guys I mean, obviously I know you are going to these like you said, the toy conventions and the things like that, so the expos and whatnot. Um where can people like find these? If right now we have people out there, they want their Jelly Belly squishy toy, is there a specific retailer? Is there a place
Yeah,
online?
sure.
What's the best way to get it?
So it's just shipping right now. So we've been working on this for a long, long time. Finally have it. So it's just on its way to stores right now. I would say honestly, some of the best stores right out of the gate are your local toy stores. We have a lot of local toy stores from a lot of different shows who've signed up, like the Learning Express stores. They're those classic toy stores. We've got some great partners there that have been fantastic. And then it's just going to be in a lot of different places. Like you'll find it, for example, in some grocery stores, like depending where you are in the country, Meyer and Hy-Vee grocery stores have stepped up big time. It'll be in some candy stores, like the It's Sugar candy stores. It will be in some cool retailers like FYE, which, in terms of pop culture retailer, we're really
Sure.
excited they came on board too. So yeah, just lots of different places. Well, I'll say honestly, we're not in Walmart or Target because uh, we're how to put it. That's a very specific type of program when you
Sure.
do that. And we've got something new here. We've got something special. We'd like to get it out into the hands of a lot of different people. Through a lot of different really like interesting retailers, what we would call in the business specialty retailers or specialist retailers. Retailers are just, you know, absolutely love Walmart and Target. Please do not misunderstand me, but they are what we call mass retailers,
Sure.
and they're all
Big
about
box
like
stores.
mass. And this is our brand new product. We're trying to get it right. We're still making some new stuff, working on some more things, and so it's more like toy stores and gift stores and local, and well, and actually a lot of grocery stores too. A lot of different places where this whole program is starting, and we're very excited to have all those people on board.
Do you think something like the Jelly Belly website itself, would they ever sell through their like shop or something like that?
Yeah, so the Jelly Belly stores are going to have it as well, which is great. A great part of the partnership. So, like for example, if you go visit the Jelly Belly factory and that kind of thing, our stuff will be there too, which is pretty
That's
cool. A bit of
awesome.
an honor for us. Yeah. So yeah, lots of different places out of the gate.
That's awesome. I'm curious, because we're running short on time here, which has been a great conversation. I've loved this. What's been the reaction? Because I know, like you said, it's just now getting to shipping, but I know you guys send out previews and things like that, and do the expos and all that. What's been the general consensus of the public that have gotten their hands on it?
Well, here, I'll put it to you this way, because I was watching it happen all day long at the trade show that I'm at here with all these buyers for these different zoos and what have you. We have a nice big setup in our booth, big Jelly Belly table, big displays of all the different beans that we've made. And but it's new, so people don't know exactly what they're looking at when they first walk up. And so invariably what happens is they walk up and they sort of pick up one of the displays and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then we go, no, 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 smell them. And they go, oh, like,
Mm,
oh. And then they'll start to guess the different beans as they're going through, and they'll be like, is that root beer? That smells like my childhood. Like, it's just, there's a click. Like, we've been really, really lucky. We're excited so far that the reception has been so strong. But people just seem to, it's just that little like, oh, cool. Oh, I get what you've done, and that's pretty cool. So the reaction has been fantastic. We've been, especially when you work on something for so long. Again,
yeah.
a lot of people are going to look at it. I'm under no illusions as a stupid little nothing, and it's like it's a, yeah. Listen, it's not we didn't reinvent the wheel. But you put a lot of work and you put a lot of passion in something, and you really, okay, you're doing something simple, but you try and do it right
Mm.
and nail it. When somebody goes, ah, it's like, oh, thank God. Man, I don't even care if we make money on this. I just want people to like it.
Yeah, it's the
And so,
vindication of it.
exactly. Like, we're not crazy over here.
It
So it's
worked. It
been,
worked.
yeah, it's been fun. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And I gotta say, I'm excited. As a guy who loves candies and all things sugar, the Jelly Belly's exciting. The Peeps, the Oreo. My kid's a big Oreo lover, so I'm like, get him an Oreo one. I'm very excited to see what comes down the
Yeah.
pipe and
Thanks.
uh,
Thank
uh,
you.
series 2 and series 3 and all the 100 series. I mean, thank you again for coming on the show and telling us all
My
about
pleasure.
it. This has been so cool. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is one of those things you got to get your hands on to truly appreciate and smell, to truly appreciate just how good it is. So hopefully our fans out here will go out. We'll give these away to some deserving fans so they can get their hands
Amazing.
on one before it reaches store shelves. Ah,
So
exciting.
it's on the way. It's on trucks. Like, we're excited. We're excited. Hey, thank
That's
you so
awesome.
much. I really appreciate you having me on and letting me talk about what I've spent my whole life doing. So
It's
thank you. I
hey,
appreciate it.
I can talk toys all day with the best of them. So this has been truly enlightening and inspiring. The people love it. We thank you for your time. I'll give you the last 5 seconds if there's anything you want to promote or announce or just say goodbye.
I think we've covered exactly what we had to cover and what we're excited about. But again, thanks so much. I hope people understand. Like, even with stuff like this, a lot of passion goes into it, and if people like it, we're really thrilled. So really appreciate the opportunity to come on.
Awesome, and look forward to more from the incredible group and all their products very soon. And we'll have to have you back on in the future, man. We'll talk about the
Love to.
the next series and the next announcements and all that, man. We'd love to have you back. So
More to come.
more to come. All right, everybody. This has been Ryan Carr from the incredible group talking about the Jelly Belly squishy toy that they're relaxed. I'm really liking, by the way. My hands smell like cherry, which is awesome. All right, guys. We'll be back with more right after this. I'm gonna go say bye to my guest, and we'll see you after the break. Shots.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, you there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, right? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, would you think because the show's going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
After all I've done, after all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And if I told you everything, I bet you cry and run away. 'Cause with all the lies I keep, made you believe this was me. The truth is I am not at all who I preach myself to be. And I deserve to be alone, and I'm alone here with me. And after all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And if I told you everything, I wonder if you would believe that with all the ways you've tried, I couldn't change my selfish needs. And with endless love from you, I took for granted everything. And I deserve to be alone here with me. After all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And I believe I could close my eyes and make it go away in dreams. And honestly, I could die to take it all away from me. After all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And after all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've done, do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's bring him in kicking and screaming. It is Mad Mike, everybody. Yay. You look so happy. You look so miserable. Oh, man. That's it. No words. Just no words. You want me to do everything?
You didn't say how to talk.
Oh, God. God bless. Anyway.
Was the radio? I thought it was just video.
Wait, this is audio too? I just thought we were just doing video. We're just miming shit out.
Work on my facial expression.
You do have such a very stoic face. Like one of the remember the Easter Island thing, the heads out of that's you. Very stoic. See,
No.
there it is,
We
right
have
there.
nothing, ladies and gentlemen. We have nothing to talk about on this show.
Well, first of all, I want to thank my guest Ryan Carr of the Incredible Group coming on talking about. I learned a lot. I found that very fascinating. And you know what? I don't care if anyone else enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and that's what matters.
That's
Is
all
if
that
I
matters.
enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it.
Why we're here to do what you like to do.
Yeah, this is
Making
this is
stuff.
literally all about me. So fascinating thing I've learned. Well, not learned, but I find interesting about these two is this one. It's like kind of like a folded package, so you can like I can smell it through the cracks because it's like a folded up package.
I bet you can.
Smell it right through the cracks.
So many
This
clips
one
from this
is like
from tonight's show.
that airtight seal. So like you can't smell it at all, which makes sense because there's a mystery flavor in there, a mystery scent. So if you could smell it, you'd be like, "Oh, that's the orange
The
one."
cherry balls. Yep, the cherry balls.
Terry balls, sweaty balls. It's sweaty balls.
Literally looks like a left nut and a right nut.
But yeah, he was right. It literally says "Do not eat" right on the thing, like right on the packaging. Right, you can't see it, but it's like right there. Do not eat.
They're missing out because if they made it edible,
If they made it edible, then it would just be a giant jelly bean.
they should sell a. You know what I'm gonna make? It's a sack to store your beans in.
A sack to store your beans.
Yep,
To store your jellies.
look like a ball
Oops.
sack.
I just ripped the packaging.
Uh-huh.
Trying to
Yeah,
crack
sure
it
you did.
open.
I'm just trying to open it before I send it off to some schmuck.
There you go. Oh man, it does smell good. Maybe I'll keep this one.
Smell like cinnamon.
No,
Well, now
this
that you
one's
opened it.
very
It's only got
cherry.
a 2-year lifespan.
You make it sound like so short. Only 2 years. That does smell really fucking good, though. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna keep the big one. I'm gonna keep the big.
I bet you will.
I'll send the small one out to
You gonna
somebody.
send the little nuts out?
I'll send out the little nuts, and I'll keep the big nut for myself.
Make sure you include the Mad Mike sack. Pour them nuts in.
Heath says, "Is Mad Mike even still awake? He's sleepy. Mad Mike is so sleepy.
It's my secret. I'm never awake.
I'm always sleepy." Let's see what a couple people said. Please, people will associate the smell of rubber with the futuristic smell. Do it. Great interview. What a passionate and interesting guy. There you go. Thank you, Heath. Thank you. I
Did
appreciate
he write?
that.
Who did he? The Carr? Who wrote
Ryan?
that? Something Carr? Ryan Carr?
Ryan Carr. Did he write that?
Ryan Carr said,
What an
passion-
interesting and fascinating guy. I bet he's cool and has lots of friends.
And not coming back.
Add him to the board. All right. What else? I think I covered most of the notes that I needed to for today.
3 things we had.
The only other thing I was gonna mention is something as I'm looking through my notes quickly. Yeah, Jedi Star Wars 3, they officially confirmed that's coming. Ubisoft announces Tom Clancy's Division 3 is coming, so
2 was good. I don't know.
yeah. It's you know what I mean? Jim, there's that sexy CQ. Hello, hey Jim, what's up? How you doing, Jim? We're just
Get off my
over here
Kool-Aid, bitch.
smelling beans, bro. We're just over here smelling beans, smelling the cherry beans. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. For the Division, I like the game. It's for specific people, right? It's not for everyone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not for everyone.
Not for dumb people who play Call of Duty. Got it.
It's not for people that like the Fast and the Furious movie franchise.
I think
No,
it's
it's
not
good.
for you.
It's good. It's good. Like I'll be honest, like it's not one of my favorite games. I prefer like Splinter Cell, and those kind of games, or even the Ghost Recon games. Really good. Enjoy those. I did like the Division. I did like the story. I did like what it is. I don't know. I'm weird about those like get this gear to plus up this gear to get plus 10, and then you shoot a guy and the number fucking 100 goes off over his head. It takes me out of the experience, but there are those people. So it says the Swedish studio No, it's called Massive Entertainment is the company behind the division. It's a Swedish studio. It's currently working on the Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It's working on those games.
Pass.
It's also the original developer of the Division 1 and 2. And Ubisoft said Massive is currently building a team for the third game in the franchise. So it is coming. It is coming. And then there was one other story. We talked about the Star Wars prop that sold for 3.1 million. Ah, yes, the last thing. Yeah. Jim Handy said, "Can't beat a good bean sniffing." It's true.
Jim
Very
Handy.
true. Jim Handy, classic.
That's where I like to get my handies.
Classic handies. Marvel is coming to Magic the Gathering. The Marvel Universe is joining the Magic the Gathering multiverse. On Monday, 2 weeks ago, Hasbro announced that it expanded its partnership with Marvel Entertainment, under which Hasbro releases the long-running Marvel Legends line of action figures to allow Marvel characters and concepts to appear in Magic the Gathering trading card game. As with other sets that involve established intellectual properties, which thus far has included the likes of Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, Fallout, Magic the Gathering's Marvel products will fall under the game's Universes Beyond banner. And then, yes, that's products with an S because there's going to be multiple. The first Magic the Gathering release featuring Marvel will be released in 2025 and is touted as a tentpole Magic set. They haven't, Wizards of the Coast, which releases the games, haven't provided any further details. The description likely means that fans can expect a full-on Marvel Magic the Gathering set comparable to like the Lord of the Rings set that came out, rather than like they did a Doctor Who and Fallout and Warhammer that were more what they call the Commander series. I don't know if you know the difference, but they're different. With Magic the Gathering's first Marvel release a ways away, fans can look forward to other upcoming sets like the Lost Caverns, which brings Jurassic Park to Magic the Gathering. There are also plans for a Final Fantasy and Assassin's Creed to come to Magic the Gathering. So, if you like Magic the Gathering and you like any of those franchises, there's a cool trade-off coming soon. I'm really fascinated to see if they pull another stunt like they did with the Lord of the Rings, where they release a one-of-one card. But, maybe, ooh.
Well, the Infinity Gauntlet.
I was going to say the Infinity Gauntlet.
Candy ass.
The Infinity Gauntlet. That would be it. But how cool would it be?
A 5 or 6. Was it 6? How many
6 stones?
are there?
Yeah, because
6 of 6.
It's the 5 knuckles, and then there's like one in the.
You collect them all to get the one.
I was gonna say, like, no. What would be dope is if they released one of each of the stones, so that like you'd have to somehow
have the gauntlet, and then one gauntlet, and you have to have them all.
You'd have to somehow collect all 6 stones.
Post Malone will do it. 1 million each, baby.
1 million each. Dude, that would be, the value would skyrocket. The value would skyrocket if you.
It's all it is, anyways. It's the money gram. Makes $7 million off cards.
The baller move is just like you get one of those, and you're like, you record it for YouTube, right? You're like, watch, and then just put it into like a shredder. Like, now no one can ever own the full set. That video would have 1 billion views. 1 billion, easily.
Well, buy it for me. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
It's like, what's going to make more money? The money you would make from selling that card, or the money you would make on like the YouTube of if that video gets like 1 billion views, you know? One of the guy destroys, guy with chin destroys most valuable card ever.
Really, really good looking guy destroys magic card. Nerds go crazy.
Scott said you'll definitely get death threats after that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Worth it.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. But alrighty.
Imagine the people over at Bicycle. They're like, man, we really missed out on that action.
The card game, the
Yeah.
company that makes trading or
We're
playing
just doing
cards.
spades and hearts all this time. We had to link up with Marvel and
First of all, they have
Pokemons.
had collaborations. They have absolutely Bicycle's licensed products. I've seen where like, it's the marveled.
Yeah,
Actually, there's this one company. Funny enough, there's this one.
Uno. Yep, heard of them. They're killing it. They got the reverses, the skips.
Oh no, hold on. Give me a second here. There's a let's see, Marvel playing cards. Yeah, it's this one. Theory 11. There's this company called Theory 11, and they make like crazy stuff. So they make playing cards, they make magic tricks, they make a bunch of stuff. It's that kind of thing. But they had a licensed. They did a Marvel's Infinity Saga, so it's based off the Marvel's Studios Marvel. And they did. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up and share it. But they did this Avengers set, and it's like gold trim. It's like really really detailed. Let me see. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see.
$8,000.
It's actually not that pricey. It's actually not that pricey.
It's made with the skin of Thanos.
they got the skin of what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. They got his foreskin, and they used it to make. They used it to make
Infinity Stones.
All right, here you go. I'm gonna let's see. There it is. Got it. All right, stop. You go away. Where are you at? You go here, and then I'm gonna fix this so that you can see it, just like everybody else. All right. Here, check this out. Hang on. Poop, and you don't need to see me. Let me turn myself off. Hello. All right. So there you have it. This is. Let me see if I can pull up the page again. Because come back to me. There it is. But you see, one deck's only $12.95. It's only $12.95. But this is the Infinity Saga deck. So there's the front of the box, back of the box. They call it the Avengers Initiative Red Edition playing cards. So you can see you got Cap with the shield. You got Tony Stark shooting the thing, the Black Panther. Unrivaled print quality, made in America. Theory 11 produces the world's finest playing cards. The cards themselves are made in the USA, printed on FSC certified paper derived from sustainable forests, vegetable-based inks, and starch-based laminates.
I don't care. Is it Las Vegas approved?
It's probably not. So there you go. The Infinity Saga right on the box. It's got all the logos. It's got the Spideys inside the box. Even the inside of the box is like decked out. Character court cards. I mean, you got this. It's nice, man. The Spider-Man, like fancy Spider-Mans, is dope. But they've also done like Rick and Morty. Neil Patrick Harris has his own Spider-Man, Harry Potter, Dune. Like, yeah, they make a bunch of products. But this is what you said about Bicycle. Like, it made me think of this. But they do like magic tricks and a bunch of other stuff too.
Nice.
But yeah,
Pop Culture Warriors.
Yeah, right. It's coming soon. The Pop Culture Warrior fucking deck. They got a Mandalorian version too.
I don't know. It's just all dicks.
It's just Dixon. Was it? Remember what was it? What movie was that?
Super bad.
Super bad. Yes.
Dicks.
He's just drawing dicks all the time. Oh man.
It's a common disease. It's draw dicks.
He's just drawing
No,
dicks.
it's not common.
Heath says he has a set of 1968 Playboy playing cards. Is it just all Bush? Is that what it is? It's just Bush on every single playing card. You can't see the numbers because there's just massive Bush covering the numbers. I get
Funny dicks.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well,
cool.
It is what it is. That was a fun little tangent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that time of the night. This has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's tell them about the fun happenings here at WTF Nation Radio. Where's my button? There's my button. So you got Sundays is the sports bar with King and Coach, and there's stupid fantasy football league, which is stupid and doesn't matter, and it's stupid and who cares? I say because
I
I'm
care.
losing.
Second place.
Stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb until I win it, and then it's awesome.
Aren't you second to last in multiple leagues?
Shut up. I have a life. I don't have time for your stupid little football fantasies.
Sorry, I didn't. That's what losers say.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Mondays. We got the Monday edition with Ice and Massey. That would be last night's show. Those two are really having a good time. I tune in and I watch, and they're pretty funny. Tuesdays right here, Pop Culture Warrior with me, CQ, and eventually I'll replace Mad Mike with somebody who isn't mean to me all the time. But for now,
nice to you.
For now, it's Mad Mike. Wednesdays is Radar and TZ at the Smoke Pit. All you lower enlisted folks, that's your spot. That's your smoking and joking spot right there. And on the flip side is Thursdays, Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky. They're on Sergeant's Time talking about all that big Army stuff and what's going on in the military. And we close it out each and every week, Friday nights, Friday Night Freedom with Kaz, with Pookie. And, I think they're on an on again, off again kind of thing because they're like traveling and working and doing stuff. But that's still a great show. It's a little fun time. So,
well, they'll be up this Friday because,
yeah.
It's the birthday of the greatest military organization ever.
Oh, God. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Since you're such a hardcore Marine, go ahead. Serenade us. Give us the Marine Corps, whatever the fuck it is.
It's a Marine Corps birthday, Friday, which is a national holiday. It's a federal holiday. We're all off. You're welcome.
They're off for Veterans Day, not for the Marine Corps.
They're off for the Marine Corps' birthday, and everyone knows it. You're welcome.
All right, I want to hear it from the halls of Montezuma.
Why do you know it? You know it because they teach it in the other branches.
Because I hear
like, you guys
are
you're gonna go out there, and there's gonna be these really cool guys, and they're really cool with their uniforms, and they're such badasses. Those are called Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Just sing the song when they walk by.
Do you know the whole song? Do you know by heart?
I do know the whole. They make us learn it in boot camp. It's kind of how you graduate.
I know, but it's been a long time since boot camp, though, so you might not still remember it.
You fucking remember it. If you were tortured and abused for 3 months straight, would you not remember everything that happened?
Jim Handy says, do you think your daddy, the Navy, will get you something nice for your birthday?
No.
No comeback. There it is. Is stunned silence. Stunned.
Our Uber drivers don't compute.
Yes.
The Navy. Were they? Oh, yeah.
All right. A question from the audience. Why does every Marine I know love dick so much? Can you answer that for me?
Who doesn't love dick? You just because you're in denial.
Dick's pretty awesome. Dick's pretty awesome. I can't argue.
It's a lot of jelly over here. A lot of jelly.
Whole lot of jelly.
Oh, because you guys aren't getting cake. You guys aren't drinking. Ain't fighting because you don't know how.
Any final words of wisdom for the week, Mad Mike?
No, nothing.
Go. Don't do something I would do.
Semper Fidelis. Happy birthday, and eat a dick.
do the Marine Corps proud. Eat a dick. What's the Marine Corps turning this year?
I don't know. I don't do numbers, man.
Yes, like a true Marine. There you go. I don't do numbers. I don't do no numbers or words.
We don't keep count. It's some pogue shit.
Oh God, my face hurts.
Do I look like I'm in the S shop? No, I'm in infantry. We don't keep track.
Good on you. Good on you.
How many bullets did you shoot? A lot.
That was a trick question. How
All
old's the
of them?
Marine? Old.
Yeah, really, really old.
Really old. Long time. Oh man. I did. The Marine Corps Museum is actually really nice. And we did that tour.
Fantastic. Do you guys have a museum?
I think
No,
there's
it's
an
not. You
army.
don't. No.
I think there's an army museum.
It's in the works, and they can't agree on anything because
Sounds like the army. Sounds like the
it's
army.
just garbage. Like, what did we just show? A bunch of dumpsters is all we got in here. Let's light them on fire. That's a fucking great idea.
Man, it's true. It's true.
It's
Oh
all
man,
individualism. It just doesn't work.
Scott said,
Trooper Museum. We got the fucking, dick sucking museum. We got the Sergeant's Museum.
Oh man, Scott
Kind of like
says
this network.
Marines can't count past 3. So
We got 0311. That says it all right there.
There you
Because
go.
O is not a number.
Yep, this is 1 2 3 0 1 2 3. That's all they got. No, yeah, there's an airborne museum. I know I've been to that one. There's a really nice airborne museum.
There's they're all like separate based
Yeah.
on whatever bullshit.
Special Forces Museum.
They're supposed to create one because they saw ours and they're like, this is really, really fucking cool. But
So
can't agree
jealous.
on, like, what are we going to show? It's like everyone's like, oh, let's show us. Let's show this. Let's show
Well, I
that.
mean, let's be honest. There's a lot more Army history than there is Marine history. So, Marine Museum is this little tiny little
It's
donut
like,
of a
how
building.
many failures can we put in one building?
Hey. Hey, speaking of
What?
failures, we were just talking about the Osprey.
Look at the Giants.
Oh, God damn it! You just had to go
It's
there.
too
huh?
easy. It's too easy.
You just beating up on the special children. That's mean. That's wrong. But I was saying, speaking,
You unplugged yourself.
he's at that thing, and they just didn't give a shit. They're
Yeah.
like, "Does it fly? Ah, we think so. Yeah, put a bunch of Marines on it. We'll
It's
see.
good enough.
We'll see if it
It'll be all
holds.
right. Yeah.
We'll see if
Tuck
it
and
holds.
roll. Combat roll.
Oh man, that's funny.
When your helicopter flies like a plane, it scares the fuck out of people. Especially some dirty hotties in the middle of nowhere.
Especially the ones in the vehicle are most scared of the
They
damn
may
thing.
not land.
To fly the fuck out of that thing.
But we're gonna scare the shit out of you.
All right, enough. I'm just getting delirious at this point. Thank you guys for coming on or for hanging out.
Coming on us?
I'm
Wait,
just-
what show is this? That's a Saturday show.
That's
Sorry.
a different show. Different show. That's the OnlyFans.
Subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Catch us on OnlyFans.
And this was our last show. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everybody.
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate you.
Glad
Y'all
I
are
could
awesome.
be here for 6 shows.
And we're canceled. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you as always. And keep your eyes tuned because we got a lot more cool interviews and stuff coming up in the future, as well as giveaways and fun stuff. And holiday seasons are upon us. And I get in a
Tune
good
in
mood.
Next
And I give out
Tuesday with
a lot of shit.
Peyton and Eli.
All right, that's it. We're done. We're done. Shots. We'll catch you next week.
Doc! Oh, no! We're too late! We missed it! Oh, jeez, this is heavy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc, I got a time machine. I'm just gonna punch in the coordinates. Pop Culture Warrior, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WTF Nation Radio. Now crank this bad boy up to 88 miles per hour.